Hey guys, Nick here. Thanks for coming by. I've had a couple of requests to do a video about diet and what my specific diet is. My diet's changed quite a bit over the last couple of years, especially since my diagnosis. Now it's relatively normal, but there are some things that I do watch out for. So I'm going to go over kind of what my diet was for the first year after I was diagnosed because it was extremely limited. Um, with some emphasis on some specific things and having to add in some things to make sure that I got enough nutrients and proteins. So um, I wasn't able to maintain a lot of food intake during that time. I was nauseous all the time. I was bloating. So it was mainly fruit, fresh fruit, frozen fruit, particularly happened to be my favorite. With yogurt, I did a whole lot of Ensure drinks, the extra protein, the 45 protein grams of protein Ensure drinks. I would do two or three of those a day because I was trying to get about 100 grams of protein in a day. Sodium, I kept sodium below 1500 milligrams a day. Sugar, I try to keep below 60 grams a day. And as far as liquid intake goes, that was the biggest challenge. I had to stay below 1,500 milliliters of liquid a day, which doesn't really sound like a whole lot. Reason for that was I was retaining so much water weight that um, my body wasn't getting rid of it. It was keeping it in. So I was having to have paracentesis done to have it removed. So for the mainly for the first year, it was basically no sodium at all. Fruits, yogurts, cereals, light cereals, things like Cheerios, stuff like that. Um, Milk, lots of water. When I could drink water, like I said, I normally would go over the amount that I was allotted, but I was just so thirsty. It was robbing Peter to pay Paul, basically. Over the last year, now that my appetite has increased, I still watch my sodium. I try to avoid fast food when at all possible, and try to cook at home. Um, that's really the best way to to cook healthy. I eat a lot of chicken, um, fishes. I'll even eat red meat on occasion. If you eat red meat, make sure it's lean red meat. Um, I try to avoid. Well, I used to try to avoid stuff that's really acidic, but I love V8 V8 tomato juice. It's good for you. It's got a lot of really good stuff in there. So that is kind of my vice right there. I don't add salt to things in my diet. Um, and it's stuff like that keeps you from retaining water, and things of that nature. Energy level. Uh, I love my coffee. Coffee is a necessity for me, and coffee is actually pretty good for your liver as well. So I'll have a couple of big tumblers of coffee kind of throughout the day. Usually I'll be done with that by about noon. Um, Smoothies are a big thing. Smoothie King is a big vendor here, so Smoothie King is one of those things that if I want to get my sugar intake and get some extra protein boosts or things like that. I may have a smoothie. Um, I eat a lot of pasta. I'm half Italian, so there's a lot of um, uh, pasta, things like that in my diet. Um, Probably a little bit too much as far as the starch intake and that kind of stuff, but um, and I know it's a lot of carbs, but I've been fortunate enough that I can metabolize the carbs pretty well without gaining a lot of weight. I maintain a weight around 175. which is about 25 pounds less than what I used to maintain. But that's really more of an ideal weight for me. So that's just kind of a basic overview of my diet. As far as liquids go, I don't drink a ton of carbonated stuff. I love the flavored waters. So like the Crystal Light, things like that. Stuff where you can like add, berry pomegranate, or something like that into waters. I've got a big tumbler thing that I carry around with me throughout the day. So um, that helps a lot with hydration because I'm on diuretic pills to make sure that I don't gain any ascites. So it's really a balance there. Um, but yeah, I don't eat a ton for breakfast. I'm usually not that hungry in the morning. Lunchtime, something relatively small. A sandwich, maybe a snack. I tend to graze more throughout the day and actually have a dinner as my primary meal. But that's the general intake for each day. 1,500 milligrams of sodium, no more than that. No more than 50, 60 grams of sugar. Um, my liquid intake, I don't maintain as much as I used to. I used to watch it like a hawk. Now, not so much. And Yeah, so those are the main pillars. You have to make sure that you're getting a lot of protein. Chicken's a great source of protein for that. I know it's difficult to do. A trick that I used to do was I would take those Ensure protein drinks and I would pour them on ice and I would actually add whey protein powder. So add another 40 grams of protein. You got an 80 gram protein, shake there, and they're actually pretty good. So that's just a few tips and tricks. Sorry for my voice; it's a little bit low. I've got a little bit of a sore throat today. But I wanted to touch in. I got a couple of requests, so I wanted to touch in with you guys. Love you all. As always, in the link below is the link to our Facebook group for liver disease and support. There's also the link to my Twitter handle. It's at Fortress Farms 82. And I look forward to seeing you guys later. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button as I am doing this full time now. Um, so I would greatly appreciate the extra subs. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good one.